welcome back to another installment of Disney Channel original movies with life lessons. I'm your host, Helpful Angel 30, and today we'll be looking at the 1999 Can of Worms. So, the movie starts out with Mike Pillsbury, a genius level nerd, working on a satellite to communicate with outer space for some unknown reason. There's a thunderstorm that happens and it completely destroys the satellite. Cut to 3 weeks before that event, where Mike Pillsbury is talking to his best friend, his best friend's. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, y'all. All right, so I'm back. So after that, uh, two weeks go by. 2 weeks, earlier, you know, Mike Pillsbury, he's on the football team. He's not real good at it. His bully comes by, Scott Schreibner, and he's giving him crap like, hey, wake up, get your head in the game. Wake up, get your head in the game. Uh, the other team throws the ball. Mike intercepts it, and then he runs the wrong way, causing him to get tackled. And yeah, he basically uh, loses the game for everybody. But he spots, Caitlin Sandman, who is, in his class. And then, the next day at computer class, Scott Schreibner, he taunts him by pulling up a quote unquote digital prank on him using the floppy disks. But Scott's not having it. He, creates a fake note from, his computer teacher saying that, basically telling the computer teacher to come to the principal's office because the principal wants to the principal has a crush on the computer teacher. I mean, yeah, the principal has a crush on the computer teacher, and that buys him time to get pull a prank on Scott Schreibner, which he, I guess, copied and pasted his Scott's face on a pig's face and had him rolling in the mud. To which everybody's laughing, joking around. Then after that, we cut to back to Scott's house. They're in the tree house. Uh, they cut to Mike's tree house. Mike is talking to Jay, his best friend's brother, about stories completely made up, by the way, of adventures in space and with all these different characters. Then Scott's Then Mike's sister comes to the treehouse and was like, "Hey, you got a visitor, Caitlin Sandman." Mike and his friend completely like, "Hey, like, this got to be a cruel prank. Why would she be up in my room?" So he reluctantly agrees that to go up in his room. He actually finds her there. She asks him to like help make, decorate the gymnasium for, the Halloween party. They agree, and it actually has like this super montage of them, of Caitlin and Mike, Caitlin and Mike, uh, working on the dance, bit by bit until it's actually completed, and then Scott shows up and was like, "Hey, uh, Caitlin, did you want to grab a bite?" She was like, Caitlin's like, "No," and then like Mike, like he's still pestering Mike, and he was like, "Why don't you go eat a greasy hamburger by yourself, Schreibner?" And so like basically she winds up going with Mike instead of Scott Schreibner. So cut to the night of the dance. Uh, he's looking real spiffy. Mike, came up with uh, a light up belt to like control the contraptions, because he made like a contraption that like it circles around and like does different things. It'll pop like a ghost head out. It'll have like disco lights like shining throughout the the auditorium. Well, gymnasium, if you want to call it that. Uh, so after that, they all go to the dance. He, Caitlin like welcomes everybody in. Mike, tells them about the attraction. Cut to Scott and another bully, like they sabotage, Mike's machine for the dance, to where like so everything is going good, at the dance. Caitlin's like, "Hey, could you, save me a dance?" And Mike's like, "Yeah, okay." And then so he pushes a button on his laptop, and you know everything like starts going fine. Everything starts going fine until you know Scott is hiding behind the curtain. He presses a button to make it stop and go, the machine to go reverse, which honestly, like, I can't really tell why is that the prank, because that just seems silly for real. But anyway, like, he causes it to go, you know, reverse, backwards, spin backwards, to where it catches on fire, and the computer teacher gets the fire extinguisher and sprays not only the machine but also Mike Pillsbury with the extinguisher, causing like all of the students to laugh at him, and like Scott Schreiner and his friend, they're laughing because they think it's funny. And so Mike grabs his laptop and his bag and books it, out of there. Cut to, you know, Mike actually hooked up the satellite, his computer to the satellite, and was, making messages to, outer space, which, the signal actually picked up and, you know, it beamed it to space. And then, you know, the lightning caused the satellite to, explode into pieces. And, you know, the following day, everything is like all normal. He goes, you know, about his house life. Just, he was embarrassed about, what happened. He was like, he ain't really feel up to helping his sister out with her homework. He didn't even feel like just, he was walking around the school. Everybody was looking at him like he was an alien. Even Caitlin was, looking like, you know, looking at him like he was an alien. Come to find out, he's chilling inside of the treehouse, and this dog alien called Barnabas shows up, and he's like, "Hey, we need to go. You're under the protection of, the Galactic International Federation. You were the one that sent the distress beacon out saying that this is a hostile planet. We're here to pick you up. And we're here to pick you up. We need to go." And, Mike's like, "Hey, this is a hallucination. I didn't mean to do this. I was just upset. This was an accidental message. I didn't think anybody would answer it. Barnabas is not really having it." So he's, walking around, he goes back to his room where this other alien is at. He calls, Caitlin calls him, and he's like preoccupied with the alien. So, like, he's trying to shoot the alien out, but it gets misinterpreted wrong. And so Caitlin hangs up on him, like, because obviously she didn't know what was going on, but he couldn't explain it to her because he was dealing with the alien. And so, after the alien disappears, he, goes outside. Barnabas appears. He actually gets the attention of Caitlin. And then this other alien appears and like freezes Caitlin by the door and causes him to freeze. And he's like, "Hey, I got a proposition for you. We gonna make, you into a TV star. Here's no contract required." And Mike, he wasn't even having it. He was like, "Go away, this, that, and the third." So after the alien leaves, Caitlin's like, "Well, this is your last chance, and I guess you blew it." So after that, that night, a whole bunch of aliens like gather around, inside of all these different aliens gather around inside of, Mike's treehouse. There's this, alien that does like, she's like a squid type alien with like different rings on. She is, like a sitcom type alien. There's the alien that I mentioned before. He, does like a TV show. There's the warrior type alien who, basically ate up his food from, the previous scene. So all of them are basically inside his treehouse, just, chilling, trying to coerce him into like coming with them, you know. Naturally, he shuts all of them down. Then this Thode, which is like the main villain of the movie, he's basically the collector from like Marvel's What If and Guardians of the Galaxy. He shows up, and Jay's like, you know, Scott's friend's brother, little brother. He comes in and is like, oh, cool, a portal to another, whatever. And then the Thode, like, grabs him and yanks him inside of the portal. So Scott, so Mike winds up getting the attention of his best friend to dress up like an alien to get Scott to come and play the hero to get his his best friend's brother back. And so he reluctantly agrees to do so. But the thing is, the Thode only wants perfect specimens. And he sees that Scott Schreibner is a perfect specimen. So once the Thode takes Scott, he recreates like this enclosure of Mike's backyard along with the tree house, and so everybody all goes and runs into the portal. They find like different exhibits of different creatures, and one of the exhibits has the alien that Mike told Jay about in his story was real. And so he looks at her, and the alien, all he wants to do is get let out. So they come face to face with the Thode. The Thode, told them, like, hey, like, y'all will make a fine addition to my collection, my vast collection. Like, and Mike was like, hey, that's not cool. You can't just abduct people and like put them on display like animals in a zoo. Like, you can't really do that. And it was like, I could do that like if I want to. So like, I'm really gonna do that. And so the Thode transforms into this toad-like monster. Mike, Caitlin, Barnabas, and his friend, they trap the Thode in this cage, this huge cage. It won't hold him for long. They grab the key, and Mike automatically knows how to use the key and starts letting all the creatures out, as well as Scott and Jay. They all go back to the portal, and then the Thode actually winds up coming out of the portal, and tries to attack the group. Then a cop, they basically sent only one cop, one alien cop. Not two, not three, not four, but one lone alien cop to take care of the Thode. And so one alien cop, he subdues the Thode, and he like takes everybody's, statements for, what had happened. Everybody's, talking over each other and like trying to get everything situated. So, you know, the very next day or what so have you, um, they are, it's Scott and Mike, they're playing football again, at their school. Uh, Mike gets tackled to the ground, but like he sees Caitlin like cheer his name, and so like he gets helped up by uh, Scott, and then like they just basically go back to playing football, and like Scott has just a little bit more respect for him, a little bit, I guess. Um, yeah. Moral of this movie, what I took away from it is it's okay to be weird. It's okay to be different. Like, not everyone will try to understand you for being different, but it's okay as long as you are you. And that's what I took away from this movie. This movie was and is an instant classic for me. So, yeah, just go check it out. It's on Disney Plus, along with, every other movie that's, on Disney Plus. It's called Can of Worms. It's a good movie. I suggest you check it out. This has been your host, Helpful Angel 30, with Disney Channel original movies, 1999 movie review for A Can of Worms. I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.